In the second section of Chapter 5, they use the normal distribution to come up with probabilities based on real data. And on your calculator, you're going to be using your normal CDF function with a left bound, a right bound, the mean, and the standard deviation. And just to give you an example of this, we're going to say that the mean height of men is 69.9, which is true in the U.S., with a standard deviation for the population, so sigma, of 3 inches. We're going to find the probability of a randomly selected man being less than 65 inches tall. So we're going to just take the population of men and figure out what the probability of him being 65 inches tall. So on my calculator, I'm going to go ahead and hit second distribution. Oh, better turn it on first. Second distribution. And I'm going to choose the normal CDF function. Now notice I have less than 65 inches tall. So I need to have a left bound. I want 65 and below. So if this was a normal chart, 65 is below the mean, but 65 and below. So I'm looking for this probability. So I need to come up with a left bound. So I have to come up with a ridiculously low height. So I'm just going to say 0. 0, 65. Our mean for men is 69.9, and our standard deviation is 3. So the probability of randomly selecting a person less than 65 inches tall is going to be 0.05, or 5%. So not very likely. Now, more than 72 inches tall. That's 6 feet tall. So we are going to go ahead and use our normal CDF function again. So normal CDF. And we're going to put in more than 72. So our left bound will be 72. Our right bound, we need to put in a ridiculously high number. Well, I'm going to put 800. Just grab it, or what did I put in here? 800. Okay, you can choose any tall number. All right, mean 69.9, and our standard deviation of 3, and enter. Now we've got a 24% chance, or 0.24, to get somebody that is more than 72 inches tall. To randomly come up with a person that's between 78 and 80. Now we have a left and right bound. So our normal CDF function, we're going to have second distribution, normal CDF, my left bound, I'm going to be between 78 and 80. So my left bound will be 78, comma 80, comma my mean, which is going to be 69.9, and my standard deviation, which is 3, and enter, and I end up with 0.003, or 0.3%. So not very likely to end up with somebody who is that tall.